Hello, I'm Beth Cross. I'm one of the team that's facilitating the co-design research widening impact program for you. And I'm just here to give you an overview of our Open UWS site. You all come from different universities and have different virtual platforms. And so I just wanted to introduce you to the way ours works and just to familiarize you with the resources here and some of the tools. So at the moment, we've got the first three sections open, and the first is just a simple overview and some instructions for how to work with the site. And also just a reminder that if you do have any access issues at any point, please do get in touch with myself. My email's right here. We aim to make this as accessible as possible. The first section has some readings that we'd like you to look at before Tuesday, and they're nested. So the first one looks at the international landscape for co-design and participatory research from a recent keynote speech at ESER, which is the European Conference on Educational Research. The second one looks at the policy context here in Scotland in terms of co-design and co-produced research. And finally, there's an article by myself which reflects on the power dynamics at the personal level of conducting the research. Below that, we've got an opportunity for you to do some exploring yourself. The different kinds of learners, some learners like very tightly sequenced, linear ways of engaging with material, and some people like to explore and make their own decisions about what they concentrate on and how they do that. So that's what the for further exploration part of the site is for. And we'll just go into that. Here, we who are working on the program have put some recommended resources. There are a range of publications, videos, or just commentary on things that we've found as we work with these approaches. So have a look. And the other thing is that we're not the only people that know something about this topic and have a contribution to make. You as well do. And if this is a place where if you have recommendations of approaches or just interesting clips or examples of work, please feel free to do that. You can just add an entry by clicking there and then going down to the text editing box. It's pretty standard. You can hyperlink to either documents or websites, upload pictures, videos, and you can do a recording or a video yourself in this space. Please give your entry a title, and we accept multiple entries for the same title. So if you see something that you're interested in putting up, someone already has that title, you can make your alternative contribution. And if you want to, you can attach documents. Use some keywords and some tags when developing these, because that will let whoever's looking at this realize that what you're writing is related to other topics or has other ways of being looked at. Okay, so that's how you make a new entry. But if there's also another way that you can contribute, and that's simply just by leaving a comment on the resources that are already up there. So throughout the whole program, feel free to work with that. The nice thing about it is that at the end of the day, you can click on print and you can generate a document that you can keep or print out, and it might serve as a nice way to sum up all the different aspects of the learning we're doing together here on our program. So I'm going to go back to the main section. As you can see, I have the overview open. If you want to close or tidy up the site, you can close these. And if there's a site you want to look at, you just open it back up again. And that's really important, because otherwise you might find that things are hidden and you wonder where they've gone to. But if you're in doubt, just toggle these triangles at the top left of each section. And a closer look at principles, the second section, we'd also like you to take a look at that. David, one of our team, has put up a range of resources on projects that he has done and a literature review. So if you can have time, please do look at that. He's also developed something on guiding principles and given you a run through of the work that we'll be doing on the asynchronous part of our program, which is Wednesday and Thursday. So I want to go on to that now. These next sections aren't open at the moment, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek. And I just want to draw your attention to the resources within them. So there's a description of the different cases, and there are also a couple of interactive tools to help us work asynchronously. The first is a forum space, so you just go into that. In my group, I'm going to be using that to post subsequent moments in the case as we explore them from Tuesday evening through to Thursday. Space to Discuss is a chat tool, so it's a little more informal and back and forth than the forum posts. Again, there's a glossary tool like for exploration, so if you wanted to post particular resources just for your group, you can do that in that space as well. And again, once you've put them there, you can generate a document that has all of them together. And there's also a Google Doc, which you can all join in editing, which is a place to combine your comments that you've been making on the other spaces and make decisions about how you're going to respond to that moment and maybe how you're going to present your experience, your journey on the Friday morning. So as well as the session spaces, we're going to also open up a feedback and follow-up space with a number of ways that you can comment as you go through the program, but also after the program. There'll be a few days to also give some feedback. We'd hope to do this in person. It's a challenge like many of us are facing, to take things that work very well if you're in a face-to-face situation and try to find some way to retain some of that immediacy and room for exploration into an online environment. So your feedback on that, both positive and constructive criticism, is really helpful to us. Hopefully these constraints are not going to be with us forever, but there is learning to be had so that we can use the affordances of online delivery, because that in some ways does help provide access for people in remote areas or for whatever reason have barriers to traveling. So we can learn a lot in this moment that will help communities going forward regardless of the COVID-19 situation. Okay, thank you for listening to all this. I hope it's been helpful, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. See you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.